Hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking of all these species, and it's either too simple and too easy and too dull, or awful, or I played too much, or I have had a reason wrong with them, or I don't like them. It's very funny. Deep Dwarf, yeah, Deep Dwarf is bad. I would have to go Rue too, and I don't like Rue. Well, Deep Dwarf is, in my opinion, in the chopping line. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I just woke up one day and I saw Deep Dwarfs got removed, and I was like, okay, finally, it finally happened. But yeah, I don't think they have much life left in them, Deep Dwarfs. After the McLeod nerf, these guys are in a pretty rough spot. Um, are you trying to do a streak? Yeah, I'm trying to win. Every time that I start a game, I try to win that game. I know with some species is I wouldn't say impossible, but it's very hard to survive long enough because the species are weak, and that's why after a win I am hesitant to just start a new game with a weak species. Um, yeah, maybe I will play a stealth character, but probably not today. Quite probably not today, unless I happen to die now. Um, hmm. Oh yeah, I know what I want to do. I was thinking of doing two things, actually. So the opposite of a stealthy kobold, I was thinking of going kobold of Kaslal and taking advantage of the reduced line of sight to disaster area to get the monsters, the few monsters that I see to get hit by more explosions in the disaster area. I thought of that. I saw it on Reddit, and that seemed pretty cool to me. And also, I was thinking of playing a Palentonga of Kaslal because Palentonga get the title Rolling Thunder for 27 invocations with Kaslal, and that title is pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna start with a Palentonga because Palentonga are slightly more powerful than Kobolds, and then if I die, I will do a Kobold. So what start will I want? Hmm, no idea. I don't know why Warper. Oh, I know why Warper is recommended. Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be weird because I hate Warper, but theoretically it synergizes with Palentonga because you start with Blink, so you can blink, roll, pretty much, and just do that ad nauseum. Oh yeah, tiles. Dwarf of Rue is somewhat strong. It is powerful. It's just I don't like Dwarf of Rue, or I don't like Rue in general. In fact, it's like the combination of the two of those things. I don't like Dwarf and I don't like Rue. Why is it not loading? Interesting. It's really not loading. Let's see if I can make it load manually. Interact. Okay. Hmm. I cannot scroll down here. Hmm. No idea. No idea. Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on a second. Okay, now it's gonna load. That was super weird. Um, maybe I should. I just have to wait for a second. But anyway, here we are. Palentonga Warper of Ru. Oh, not Ru, not Ru. But Palentonga Warper, yes. Maybe Palentonga is like the only good species for Warper because in case you don't know, Palentonga get to roll, and the rolling makes their attack deal up to double damage, I think. Um, and it's pretty good. And you also start with Blink, so Blink makes you able, or you can roll, Blink. Um, and in theory, that's pretty good. In practice, I have never done it, and I will try it in this game with this character. Yikes, we got jackals on D1. At least I was able to survive them because you cannot outrun D1 jackals. So finding them in the open, not a good thing for any character. I could have tried to blink away if I really needed to. Fortunately, I didn't really have to. Oh, Faded Altar. It's tempting. Tempting to go for the Faded Altar, but I do want Kasla, so I'm gonna hold on to it. Or rather, I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna just wait for Kasla. Okay, let's get some strength. This character started as a warper, but it really has no intention to cast past the early game. Um, hmm. Okay, yeah, that's not good. That's too many monsters to fight at the same time, including the worm. The worm is annoying because it can hit extremely hard. For this point in the game, getting hit for 13 is like really, really bad. What about Manifold? Yeah, no plans to cast. Manifold, I like it with forms. I don't like it if you're using a weapon. I don't think you get enough value out of Manifold if you're using it with a weapon. Maybe with Dark Mole, but what's the likelihood of you finding Dark Mole compared to you finding or with you finding Dragon form or Storm form or maybe even Statue form? Yeah. Also, in order to use Dark Mole well, you kind of need to be with Okawaru. Yeah, pretty much only Okawaru enables you to use Dark Mole properly with the hero and the finesse. I have never had a character that has been able to use Dark Mole, by the way. I've been playing for almost 11 years and I have never had a character with Dark Mole. This level has Grinder, so we're gonna skip the level. Yep. You see Grinder, you can no longer be in that level. That's just how it is. You should definitely think about leaving the level if you see Grinder, because if you don't do that, you run a very serious risk of just stumbling into Grinder, and then you can easily die to Grinder. Um, Book of Misfortune. Okay, I don't think I care about that. You don't think anyone has ever used Dark Mole successfully? Yeah, I see many people on the Discord, on the Roguelikes Discord. I don't think I've ever seen anyone be like, oh yeah, look at this Dark Mole win that I got, and pull up a log with Dark Mole. Yeah, never. So that should tell you all that you need to know about Dark Mole. Um, it is theoretically strong, but it is extremely hard to use in practice. Um, okay. Um, so Palentonga Rolling Charge is very reminiscent of Stormform Blink Bolt in the sense that it can take you into like your next combat immediately or like your next melee attack immediately is probably more correct. Um, and I greatly enjoy it. Okay, we have not found anything better than the Whip of Flaming that I'm using. I'm using it because it has a slower attack delay than the mace that I started the game with. But I do wish that it was a Whip of Venom or a Whip of Electrocution, of course. At least it's not unusable. Lemur. Okay, so this is new Piquel, I think. Piquel now gets a very fancy title, like Dense Labor of Souls or something funny like that. We're gonna get to see it this time around. Randar Dagger. Let's check it out. It's pretty crazy good, not gonna lie. I wonder if I should use that. I probably should, because it's highly enchanted and 8 dexterity too. It doesn't change my evasion one bit. It's very funny because from the Octopus we go to a character that gets 8 evasion out of nowhere and it still doesn't get any changes to evasion. Of course, I guess it's the early game and dexterity is not gonna do much for most characters. Ooh, look at that Laja tank. Um, so almost always I would say no to such a weapon because it's a two-hander. But maybe this character does want to use a light attack. Pikel, Merchant of Souls. A wise kobold would fear the forces of hell and certainly would not set up a highly lucrative transdimensional trade in damn souls, but Pikel is better known for his whip than his wisdom, mercilessly tormenting his piteous charges as he ferries them to their buyers. That's pretty cool flavor. Pikel, unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, did not generate with electrocution, so we don't get a weapon upgrade from killing Pikel. I'm gonna walk away from Pickle because I can do so. Okay, where's the upstairs? Where's the upstairs? I guess we have two upstairs. I was hoping to go like up, but maybe the correct thing to do is to just skip D5 altogether, or maybe pick up this. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna use the hatch. There we go. Yeah, that was what I was gonna do. Perfect. Ooh, temple. Okay, let's see what we got here. I did say that I wanted Kaslal, so let's see if we get Kaslal. There it is. Okay, let's go, Kaslal. Disclaimer, I greatly dislike Kaslal, and my current opinion on Kaslal is that it's almost never worth it because you end up getting incredible downsides for rather like worthless upsides that you even have to train skills for. So I am really not a fan of Kaslal. Yeah, I got the Laja tank. Maybe I should start training for that. It's minimum delays at 14. Okay. Well, I would have appreciated the black bear not reaching me while I was fighting the bullfrog. Okay, let's just take the chance and go upstairs. I think I can kill that, but I cannot kill that in an honest melee fight. I need to tab it with, or I need to throw some darts at it. Like here. It misses. It misses again. I feel scammed. Because these guys start with a teeny tiny bit of throwing skill, but I guess being a Palentonga I have -3 throwing. I threw 5 darts at it, 4 of them missed, and at least I got a hit before it reached me in melee, but come on, what is that? Gonna blink away, gonna throw a poison dart, throw another, no, roll, there we go. Oh, you hit the black bear but do no damage after rolling with a Laja tank. Interesting. So yeah, apart from Blink, I don't think I have much plans to cast any other spells. Not gonna lie. And I'm only casting Blink because it's very synergistic with what I am doing as a Palentonga, which is rolling towards people. Okay, that was bad. That was also bad. I'm still too unstable to Blink. Okay, I think that didn't go well enough for me to want to continue trying that. I think Piquel in this current setup is going to reach me, but maybe it will not get a free attack on me. Oh, never mind. It didn't reach me. That's pretty neat. So I can definitely bring a Lemur up with me, switch to the Lajetang and poke it. Oh, did it hit me for 7? It can hit for 7? That's crazy. It can hit for up to 10? That is unreal. I wasn't expecting it to be able to hit that hard. I thought that they hit for like 5 damage, but 10 is definitely a lot. So I'm just gonna try to not engage with that Lemur until I'm back at full HP. No wonder the fight didn't go well the first couple of attempts. I could also just like not fight Piquel, but Piquel is not that dangerous. I think the issue with Piquel is the fact that it comes alongside some allies. Okay, I forgot that D3 I had to skip because of Grinder. Okay. What we're gonna do here is gonna be to walk towards the upstairs, then blink to gain some ground on the Lemur. The upstairs. Where are the upstairs? Where's the upstairs? Oh yeah, those are the upstairs. So I can just like easily go over here. Go upstairs, heal to full HP, come back down, easily get rid of this Lemur. Because despite the fact that it hits for 10, I hit for much more. Oh, you want to know something that I was also thinking of doing? I'm probably not gonna do it today, but I was thinking of starting a run in local crawl because I did download Trunk. I downloaded the version of Trunk, the last version of Trunk that has um, the exploit where you can go Uskoyo with any god ability quivered and get that ability pretty much for the rest of the game and be able to use it with Uskoyo Piety. So I really want to do that, just like to see an alternate reality where that would have been like a thing that is in the game normally. Vampiric hand axe, interesting. Hmm. And this bolt was a rune bolt because I don't know. I think that most characters would have been able to take those three guys on D5. Yeah, it's funny that bolts like that are rune bolt, but there's more messed up bolts that are not runed. Like the kind of bolt that just generates in like D7 or D8 with a million monsters, a million high level monsters too that you cannot easily kill. Oh, this is not looking good. I'm not liking this. Not liking this at all. Um, I think I should probably turn off stapes and turn on something like evocations because I do have some pretty nice ones. We have Charming and Ice Blast. So if I manage to survive against this priest, which is rather unlikely, it's not so unlikely because I can just do this and do it like again in order to kill the priest. And then we should have way more spell power on my wands. Okay, yeah. Aha, perfect. You have had some D8 bolts that seem like literal bolts, like actual the bolts branch. Yes, with you need some bolt guards to generate on D8, of course. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like I kind of get it, but I also greatly dislike that these bolts are like massive and they're in the middle of the level and it's like an open level and so it's like extremely hard to ignore. I would be okay if it was not so impossible to skip that kind of bolt, but sometimes it's just not so possible. Let me get rid of this whip and the dagger and the mace. Something grid. Yes, the grid. I got the grid on D12 once. And it was on a Nogger spellcaster after getting out of oh come on. After getting out of an ice cave, an easy ice cave. In the before days, ice caves used to be not so incredibly difficult. Um, and I was able to do an ice cave with that character. So I got out with a pretty nice. I think it was a kite shield of cold resistance, and I immediately died. Um, it was pretty unfunny, I have to say. Ice blast again to get rid of the priest. There we go. The priests are exponentially more dangerous than the wizards, in my opinion. Especially if you have 5 potions of curing that you can just use for to deal with the wizards. Okay, please die. Come on. How are you not dying? How am I closely missing? I guess it's not the most accurate of weapons, but still, I feel like I shouldn't be missing. I guess we're gonna have to use Ice Blast because apparently this guy is like more dodgy than my Octopode. D6 Komodo Dragon. You love to see it. Okay, I don't think I can do that. Yeah, that's a pretty bad thing. I can probably cure it, but I would have issues with 2 others at the same time. Not gonna lie. The Komodo dragon is like way too much for D6. I don't know why it's here. Talking about ridiculous out of depth monsters, and of course I miss. This character has been missing with its Curer darts a lot. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's use Ice Blast. Yeah, at least it's a nice chunk of experience that we're gonna have access to. But I straight up cannot melee it, because if I melee it, I will get hit, and it hits for 34, so I would die. It's not a matter of maybe I would die. No, I would get hit, and I would die. Stay away from me. Okay, it's no longer moving slowly. Maybe we can refresh the Curer. Oh no. Okay. You should be dead because you're very poisoned and almost dead. But it wouldn't be the first time that I failed to kill a very poisoned, almost dead monster. With the poison, that is. Fortunately, this time it doesn't happen. Wow. It's like how many misses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 misses in a row? Jeez. 9, 10, 11. Okay. To be 12 attacks to hit the other. That's crazy. I don't know why that's happening, but sure. Orion, thank you for following. I appreciate it. I hope that you enjoy Crawl as much as I do. I know that it may not seem like it, but I really do enjoy this game a lot. Yeah, this game makes me happy for sure. I indeed recommend you to consider giving Crawl a try, because Crawl is a great game. Okay, probably should try to cure this ogre. There we go. You can just walk. Oh, never mind. I don't have to walk away from it. I can just roll towards the knoll with a spear. Fortunately, it's not a halberd knoll. Rolling. Oh, it doesn't kill the knoll. I was expecting it to die. Yeah, you barely miss. I've been missing like crazy. I don't know why I have. Oh, probably because low dexterity. What do you have? Do you have a halberd? Spear. Okay. Roll. Wow, I'm getting so low on HP. Wow, this would be way easier if I actually dealt melee damage. But I have been very frequently missing attacks. Yeah, it's getting pretty ridiculous up to the point where I think I maybe shouldn't be using the ledge attack because apparently I cannot hit anything with the ledge attack. Okay, let's go back up, heal, get immediately netted, get me out, blink away, rolling. Yeah, the blinking and rolling is gonna be pretty funny. I guess it's gonna be pretty funny. And I've been dodging, or I've been missing a lot. I've been missing to a ridiculous degree, so much that I think I'm gonna put a point into dexterity, or 2 points into dexterity. It's gonna hurt because I want my strength, but sure. Please don't miss so much anymore. Please, Mr. Palentonga. Okay, there we go. Yeah, any fight where I miss but the monsters also miss is kind of okay for me, but like you can see how you miss. Should should I switch out of the lag attack? Maybe I should. Okay, there we go. I guess alternatively I could train some more stapes or fighting. I'm gonna train some fighting. Oh wait. No, I think I'm okay at 8 stapes. That's 1.0 delay on the Laja tank. So fighting it is. So I can actually hit things because without fighting, I apparently am unable to hit things. Grom with a wand of poly and a glaive. It's a nice thing to see Grom with a real weapon. These last couple of times that I have encountered Grom, I have seen Grom with a -1 spear and random trash like that. For 26 damage. Ouch. For 26 damage. Mm, I think you may have missed a message there. Spin dart. For 26 damage. Oh, never mind, 19. Yeah, I got hit for a glaive by a glaive for 19. Oh, I know why you said 26. It's because I don't rest to full HP. I almost never do. Very frequently, you can just rest to 90% HP, and more often than not, you will not stumble into a fight before you are at 100% HP. So I just do that very frequently. I'm gonna read that scroll labeled X. It is teleport. Okay. In that case, maybe this is identify. It is identify. Heal wounds. Okay. And I already found blinking. Or rather, it's not that I found blinking, it's that Warper starts with blinking. That's like the one good thing about Warper, because Warper is bad. But they have to have an upside. And the upside is that they start with blinking. And I just found 2 scrolls of enchant weapon. I think I am extremely likely to use those on the Leviathan right now. Yeah, normally I wouldn't enchant an early game weapon, but it just so happens that a Leviathan is literally like an end game weapon. It is just like bad that it forces you to not be able to use a shield. Um, but maybe Castle will have my back on that, because Castle does give me passive shield, and eventually will also give me passive repel missiles. And of course, these guys really hurt. I guess I am a melee character with 5 armor class. Now I have 12. Heal wounds. Maybe I should go back into the fray. You have a halberd and you have boomerangs. The two of them kinda suck. Do I have nets? I don't have nets yet. Maybe Curer on the halberd one. Maybe walk away. Maybe Curer on the boomerang one. It misses. But at least it kills the halberd one. Alright, that went well. Lamau, you got LRD, Jin Conqueror from level up with a gargoyle inside. That is most convenient. That's like an amazing comedic timing right there. It's very funny because normally I have so many issues with gargoyles. Like, I feel like gargoyles can spawn on D12, and almost all of my characters will have like a super hard time dealing with a D12 gargoyle. Um, Assuming that I enter D12 before going into Lair, of course. Okay. I should consider myself very lucky that this Gnoll Shaman hasn't hasted the Gnolls, because it can do that. It is like a Troll Shaman. Okay, it hasted the Gnoll in the back with a whip. One of you has a spear, so it will not be next to me, but the one with the club will. So I can go upstairs, kill it, and make the rest of the band weaker forever. So when I fight it, after dealing with that guy, it's easier for me to fight it. I am dying to this water moccasin, and I would rather not die. Maybe poly. What happens if I poly you? Firebat, a Sky Beast, and an Ice Beast. Well, from those, the Firebat I can poison. The Sky Beast I can also poison. The Ice Beast would be like the most dangerous thing, and I could net that. So I don't think it's such a terrible poly. I almost never picked this up, but I think this time it was worth it. We turned it into an Ice Beast, of course, but we net it, we poke it, and it dies. Okay. Oh man. Being a warper is suffering, not gonna lie. It's not good. I should read my scrolls, actually. I should read everything, hoping for brand weapon or acquirement. Oh, brand weapon. Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Oh my, this is unreal. That's the opposite of what I needed. Now I'd run into a risk of berserking monsters if I attack them with this, and I have 5 armor class. Like, why is that a thing that can happen? Come on. Like, it was like a 90-something% chance of getting something good, and I got chaos. I can't believe it. Like, oh man, I think I need need to take a minute. Don't go anywhere. I need to take a minute. I need to go to the bathroom, and I will be back to continue with this character. Okay, thank you for the patience. Taking a break here is a pro strat. Oh man, so this is bad, right? I think I'm forced to continue using this light attack. I think I'm forced. Like, I actually don't have any other choice than to continue using this light attack. But I know that I would upgrade into a quarterstaff if I found one, and I don't think I have seen one yet. Nope, no quarterstaff. Only my light attack of chaos. Light attack of chaos. Oh man, you love to see it. Let me inscribe it. Twitch TV/I'm Settler. And let's add something funny as well. Just what my warper needed. Yeah, I was about to type lol, but I think just what my warper needed is slightly more funny. Content? Content? Oh man. You know what would be content? Having some be like the Twitch integration god, where you can vote on what some does to me. That would be content. Everything is fine until you haste an Hydra. Everything will be fine until I berserk literally the next monster that I tap with this thing. You'll see, you'll see. Um, Also, I guess Star Polemic wants me to inscribe the Laya tank. So twitch.tv/Star Polemic is gonna be a heavily inscribed Laya tank. If in fact it should already be considered a Randard. Okay, here's that. Now I already read a brand weapon, and I know of teleport and blinking. So the only scroll that I really want to find is acquirement, and I know that I would not complain about using a scroll or about having a scroll of acquirement right now. But I think I'm gonna hold on to reading the rest of these. Okay. The only reason why I didn't berserk the zombie, by the way, is because it was a zombie. But watch me berserk this howling monkey, howler monkey. This character feels so weak. I know that it's only D7, but it feels so weak. I don't understand this. Like, it really shouldn't feel so weak, but I know that it feels weak. Okay, fight the water moccasin, please. Howler monkey. Okay, it's looking pretty bad. Yes, it's looking bad. I am missing. Of course I am missing. You kill your howler monkey. Nice. Okay. We're gonna use Ice Blast. At least I got early Ice Blast, and I have been able to take advantage of it somewhat. it doesn't miss, so that's already better than my melee, right? But unfortunately, it is a consumable, so eventually I will run out of it, and I will miss 7 times in a row, and then I will die. Okay, I slow the null for literally 2 turns. I cannot wait to berserk it or heal it. Ah, that's more like it. See, that's what I was expecting when I was pressing the rolling button with a Laya tank. I was expecting that kind of result. One-shotting weak early game monsters, not missing 7 turns in a row. Okay, talking about missing, you can now call upon nature to destroy your foes. So that's upheaval. Unfortunately, upheaval's piety cost was reduced. Nice. Last time I played Kazla, upheaval's piety cost was too expensive for me. But now it seems to be cheaper, or at least as far as the game tells me, it is cheaper. And there it is. It finally happened. We didn't even have to wait a single floor for me to berserk a monster. Fortunately, I also hurt it pretty bad, so I can just go ahead and use Ice Blast here, and I think that should kill it. If it doesn't kill it, we are in trouble, but it did kill it. Okay. I wonder what happens if you poly a Berserk monster. I wonder if it would still be polyed. Wow, this level is like full of nulls. This level would be the dream of a Venom Mage. Um, but unfortunately, I am not a Venom Mage. Let's check that out. It's trash. Ah, look at that, some items. Um, identify. Let's read identify on this scroll. Oh! Okay. I'm not gonna say no to that. Thank you, game. Oh, we get to not die. But I could also get a bunch of. No, I have to get the willpower and the better weapon, right? Like we can just use this quarterstaff until I get another scroll brand weapon to rebrand my Laya tank. Um, I think that's the correct thing to do. Yeah, I know. It's like amazing. What do you mean Ice Magic isn't the most important item here? Liotang is certain that it's like it's it's death waiting to happen using a weapon of chaos this early in the game. Later on, I think you can even get away with a Berserk Juggernaut or something. Maybe you can get away with that. But it is still really bad because it is still a Berserk Juggernaut, right? But early in the game, you don't have nearly half the options that you would have later on in the game. So like, I don't like chaos. So I think I'm just gonna have to grab the quarterstaff. Um, I'm gonna keep the Lajatang around, of course. Hopefully, we will get to live to find a second scroll of brand weapon. And wow, this thing, oh, it's so much more accurate than the Lajatang. It is also more highly enchanted, so no wonder that I'm actually hitting things now. Okay, I think we survived the hardest part of the game, and now we are in significantly better shape. I cannot believe that I found. A scroll of acquirement in D7. Like that is definitely amazing. I'm gonna charm you, and you are going to kill everything because you have a shield, and monsters with shields are beyond broken. Aha, you did exactly that. In fact, I would like to take you upstairs, but I wouldn't be surprised if you stopped being charmed by the time I get to the stairs. Regardless, I should be able to go upstairs and not have to deal with you. Um, Yeah, there we go. I got to the stairs, it became uncharmed. I'm okay with that. It has a kite shield. I'm not even gonna try to fight it. Just gonna get over here and explore the last of the level and just bail. Let's see if there's any more loot. There was no loot. There was an old shaman, but no loot. Chaos Brand is super powerful. It is not. It really is not. Or rather, it can be, but in reality, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna haste a monster, you're gonna make it invisible, you're gonna might it, and you're gonna circuit, and it's gonna kill you before you kill it. So in general, there's no reason to use chaos, especially having this quarter staff available. Unfortunately, I do sacrifice the much better damage of the Laya tank, but it's only temporary. When I find a second brand weapon, this character can definitely go back to the Laya tank. Uh, I think you can literally not get the same brand twice, or like you cannot just use a scroll and get the brand that you already had on the scroll. So at least we are safe from chaos. Um, but it does feel bad that my first scroll of brand weapon was chaos. Okay, not liking this that much. I have blink, so let's blink and let's Curer. Let's roll and let's kill it. All right. The character got so much better the moment that I started swinging this quarterstaff. This quarterstaff literally saved my character. Chainmail of Ponderousness. That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen non-plate of Ponderousness, but I guess I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm gonna use it with 4 evasion. So now I cannot run away and I cannot really cast Blink, but I will most likely not have to do so because 16 armor class, right? At least I'm gonna hope. Not to interrupt, but rate this character. Okay, let's take a look. You can always send me a character and I can take a look, and I will be okay with that. It is not an interruption. Mm, it's looking pretty crazy. You have Wyrmbane. I am assuming that you're taking advantage of the recently acquired knowledge that you can curse Wyrmbane and it will continue to get enchanted if you kill dragons until, the cap. Um, it's looking pretty good already. Yeah, just don't die. And you have statue form? Dude, you have 44 armor class. You've been playing for 41 minutes and you already have more armor class than I will have 3 hours into this character. You really should try not to kill this because this seems severely good. Like it actually seems like you should be able to pilot this into an easy 3 rune win in many different ways, either LRD or press tab in statue form. And you have a Shinsari too. You can kind of do whatever you want with this character. That seems like a ridiculously powerful character, Star Polemic. So try to not kill it. Mm, the kind of character that I seldom get myself. Instead of that, I'm stuck with characters with Chaos, Laya tanks, and stuff. You'd advise being overconfident and ramboing into every fight. Okay, Joseph generated and has a quarterstaff. You don't have a shield because you cannot use a shield with a quarterstaff. So I'm gonna net you, and then I'm gonna Curer you, and then I'm gonna tab you, and you're gonna die. There we go. I lost all of my things, surprisingly. I lost the Curer and I lost the net, but I got some very easy experience from dealing with Joseph like that, so I would do it again. Okay. I think maybe stop training fighting and start training invocations. Maybe like 12 invocations. So I can start using Kaslal as a way to soften monsters up. Ooh, a Sursus Malevolence fills the dungeon. I see that the message was changed again. I think it was changed because it was repeating a certain word too many times. So now it's a Source's Malevolence. Fortunately, I managed to go upstairs pretty much immediately. I have fire resistance from this Ring of Protection from Fire. I'm not too afraid of this Steam Dragon. And we can just roll and easily kill it. Another acquirement. Sweet. Scarf of Resistance. Or a bunch of money. Do I want to buy anything? Do I care about that? I have the Ponder ring mail, and now, thanks to the ring of evasion that I found, I have kinda semi-decent early game evasion to go alongside with it. You only get these on species you don't need wins for. If you really think about it, you don't really need wins on anything. I think it's important to play because you want to play and because you enjoy the game more than, oh, I have to win this species because I haven't won it before. I played like that for many years, and it led to many a burnout from Crawl. It was only until I changed my outlook on the game that the game started being fun again. Great player is a pretty convenient goal. Yes, it does show you a bit of everything. Great player is kind of like a buffet, where you can try a bit of this and a bit of that, and then you can be overstuffed and then you cannot continue eating. That's kind of great player. By the way, we just found out that 3 invocations of Hibal is very pitiful. Yeah, it literally only hits the center, and that's pretty bad. Mm, I've heard that elemental force is the true reason to play Castle nowadays. Maybe I will keep that in mind. How much invocations would you think is good for using elemental force with Castle? Karaoke's back? Yeah, it never went away. It's just that I have never been even remotely close to 100 subscribers. But I added that because Twitch, that's like a Twitch thing. So it updates automatically and it will always remain accurate. And that's why like I decided to use it. Yeah, with the Streamlabs one, it was pretty buggy. Like it just kept counting up and up, despite the fact that my sub count was not really what it showed. So I like the one for Twitch way better. How did the Octopod go? It was pretty good, actually. I ended up winning, but there were some pretty close calls. There were plenty of close calls in Hot Hells. The character will most likely be going to YouTube, but you can obviously watch it if you are interested in checking out the video on demand. Caslal scales really well with Invocation. You love getting Invocation with Caslal. Letter of Willpower. Did I see that? Letter of Willpower. Oh, Letter Armor and Rapier. Oh, okay. Ring of Dexterity. I don't think I care too much. We're gonna drop it. Should we drop it, however? Maybe I shouldn't, because Dexterity does equal accuracy. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna hope that it does something. Maybe it will do more than a Ring of Fire resistance. Okay, please die, Priest. Thank you. There we go. Short Sword of Venom, that's what poisoned me, but I am at the point in the game where I don't particularly care too much about using that anymore because my weapon is pretty good. Sonia, okay. Guess what, Sonia? I happen to have Polly. You can turn into a human, a hog, or a sky beast. What? Chance to affect 75% and it fails? I even have 7 evocations and it failed. I feel so betrayed. I think that's literally the first time that a Hex on Sonia has failed for me. Okay, I'm just gonna use Upheaval. Wow, oh, Sonia is being so tanky today. I don't get it. If she turns into a human, she might dance Academy. I don't get it, but sure. Okay, there we go. Goodbye. And what did you have? Draining and Curer. Now it's my Curer, which I am definitely gonna put to use against this troll. It misses and it breaks. It hits and it doesn't break. All right. Be able to go to the. Your Twitch is acting up. I see. Oh, Maggie. For some reason, I thought that it was Rupert. Maggie is dangerous. If you look at her lore. Oh, I guess I can do that. Sonia. Graceful kobold assassin. Admire her graceful pirouettes. Thrill at her daring leaps, but watch out for her knives. Makes sense. Yep. So I do want to put on a ring of protection from fire to deal with Maggie. We're gonna put that on. We're gonna roll at Maggie. We are going to cure Maggie. We succeed. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. What good gear does for for a rather weak character. If you are wondering, this is Palentonga Warper. It's something in her random dialogue line. I guess so. Uniques get so many random lines, and usually you don't want to be too close to them because they are very dangerous monsters. So I feel like it's a lot of flavor that kind of goes to waste. Maybe it would be nice if uniques that you have not seen and will not generate in your game could generate in Okawaru's arena. So you get to see some of those quotes. But it would only be for uniques that literally want to generate in your game. Maybe level appropriate uniques. So, for example, if you didn't get Natasha, maybe Natasha would appear and say something. I don't know if Natasha can speak. And like the same for Ejiv and Crazy Youth, all those guys. I feel like it would be nice. I forgot that I have pondering, so I cannot really walk away from things. We have a nice cave. I'm okay with that. The dating simulator spin-off. Wow, that's the wildest thing that I've read on this chat. I think ever. Imagine a crawl dating simulator. Like I legit cannot imagine it. Mostly because I wouldn't play it, but I got exactly what I wanted to get. Immolation. Sweet. Upheaval? Maybe upheaval again. Sweet. That went exactly how I wanted that to go. We are also going to be using some flame here on the one that has inner flame. Uh-huh. And yeah, there's so many of these guys. Mm, and I do not have cold resistance. Before I go into the ice cave, I will get it, however, because I have Scarf of Resistance in my acquirement. And I was thinking of getting the money or getting the ring, because both of those could be situationally more powerful than the Scarf. But I'm gonna get the Scarf because the Scarf will allow me to do the ice cave in a rather safe fashion. Um, so I guess we're gonna continue to upheaval. Okay, that got rid of almost everyone. Let's just finish off the remaining imps with my melee. Stop using so many resources. Okay, there we go. Acquirement, Scarf of Resistance. Give me that. Wear that. We lose one armor class, but I'm okay with that. And we gain one pip of fire and cold resistance, which are going to be extremely useful for the ice cave. Why is it not letting me go in? Oh, I pressed caps lock. No wonder. Yeah, I was like, why is it not letting me get into the ice cave? That was pretty funny. Okay, seems like a rather easy ice cave. The one that has um, a frost giant at the end. We should be okay with that, theoretically. Not liking this. This is not going well. Ooh, Rhyme Drake. Berserk Polar Bear. Can I charm you? I can. And you can kill the Rhyme Drake for me. Sweet. Ah, you kill your Polar Bear. Castle accepts your kill. Alright. Sweet. At some point, rather soon, I should get minimum delay on this quarterstaff because getting minimum delay on a quarterstaff is relatively fast. This looks pretty bad. I think I should probably use Immolation here. I was kind of holding on to it because this ice cave, I think, has a frost giant with a million guys at the end, and it would be excellent for that frost giant. But what use is it if I don't get to that point? Thinking about what I can do because maybe I can elemental force and get some elementals, and the elementals could help me kill these guys. And then I can hold on to the scroll of immolation for later on. But I don't know. I don't see. Do I have many clouds? It's not showing. I think I only have one cloud right here. This cloud of freezing vapor. So yeah, elemental force would definitely not do a lot then. Sparse dust and freezing vapor. Thunder. With a cloud of thunder, I get an air elemental, and an air elemental happens to be pretty good nowadays. So let's give that a try. Elemental force. Do I have to? Oh no, it shows me how many elementals I will get. All right, that's a very convenient thing. I assume that it's a rather expensive ability, but we did get an elemental, an earth elemental, and a water elemental. Um, those guys got paralyzed for a turn. Okay, it's looking pretty good so far. Ooh, Death Yak hits me for 18. That's not good. Your elemental disappears in a puff of smoke. Seriously? It doesn't last for very long. It's not like I have low invocations either. It just straight up didn't last for very long. That is rather disappointing. Ooh, come on, stop that. Heal wounds. Okay, we don't get hit by the Death Yak. That's pretty good. These are like the downsides of wearing Ponder armor, because without Ponder, I think I would be able to infinitely walk away from the Death Yak. I guess the Rhyme Drake is also not making it easy for me to do so. Stapes time, I think. I don't think I can continue ignoring the Stapes. Okay, the Yak is slow. It's not good. Don't hit me again. It's no longer moving slowly. That's terrible. I'm gonna refresh the Curer. I can actually just like walk away from you. Well, I guess I can try, but despite the fact that you're slow, I still cannot quite run away from you. That's surprising. Yeah, because I am slow as well because of the ponder, but the monster is significantly slower than a player with ponder. So that was pretty weird. That I do not like. What are my options? Flame? Hits the ice statue but does no damage. There's gotta be something else that I can do, right? I think these bolts now have something that you can do instead of doing the ice statue. Yeah, so far it's looking like it is the case. Ooh, two Death Yaks. Very scary. I guess I can use one of my 4 charges of acid. I don't feel so bad using it like that because I do have some training for it, so it is not so terrible. Okay, not bad. Gonna cure again. Okay. I think Upheaval. So Upheaval was trash. I wish Upheaval was better, not gonna lie. Would it be too powerful if it just hit in a 3x3 all the time? Maybe. Maybe you're not meant to use Upheaval. But it would be weird that you're not meant to be to use Upheaval because Upheaval is still a thing in the game. Usually things that you're not meant to use are removed. I may have flying, but I don't know of it, and I also do not have more identify. I know that those scrolls are not identify, so I will not try to read them. So instead of that, I guess we're gonna have to roll towards the ice statue. Unless it does that, the turn I... Oh, never mind, I have immunity to clouds, I forgot, but Kazla gives you immunity to clouds. Okay, I think I'm fine with that. Rolling, 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 okay. One more, please. Please, come on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that got pretty tense for a second there. I was failing to kill an almost dead ice statue. Mm, okay, I don't think I can do anything against the Death Yak. Yeah, it has way too much willpower. For some reason, Death Yaks have crazy willpower. At least I have some Cure darts that I can use for the Death Yak. I guess I could also try to charm the Rhyme Drake, which I do have a better chance to charm, but unfortunately the Death Yak is in front of it. Okay, I think I can charm it. It struggles to resist. Hits me for a bunch of damage, and now I cannot target it. Delightful. Okay. Charm the Rhyme Drake. Fail to do so. Try for the third time with 67% chance to succeed, and finally succeed at doing so. Now let's try to take it so that it can kill some more other things, and of course we failed to do so. All right. Yeah, that's part of why I like Rift Wizard so much, because it is very reliable, or at least it seems very reliable to me. I feel like in Rift Wizard I can try to do something, and it will always succeed at doing so, or at working how I imagine it or how I want it to work. Um, I think this is the vault where the Frost Giant is. Okay. I wanted to lure the Frost Giant into getting exploded with these guys with Immolation, but something makes me think that I'm not gonna be able to do that. Not liking this. This is looking kind of bad. I don't have digging. I could definitely use a corridor here where I only get hit by one explosion. Let's see. Hmm. There's really not a lot that I can do because early game, low amounts of resources to play around with. Elemental Force would give me one elemental, so that's abysmal. They have too much willpower, so I cannot really paralyze them or charm them. There's two of them. Maybe I should have tried to cure some of them when there was only one of them next to me. Well, now there's gonna be three of them. Back up to the choke point so that you're only next to one enemy. There's no. Oh, there is a choke point, but I have to. Oh, never mind. There's a much closer choke point. Yes, there we go. That is indeed the correct thing to do, Railbird. Good one. Um, Now we can probably acid and deal severe damage to most of them. Okay, the Death Yaks are definitely bad and way too powerful for a normal character at this point in the game to be able to deal with. But I guess that's kind of the point of an ice cave. You're not kinda supposed to be able to reliably do it. You are supposed to spend a bunch of consumables doing it and then get a pretty decent reward. Hmm, that's pretty amazing. Some lava. Um, Nothing but the mythical salamander can cross this without flight. Not even fire giants. Okay, almost dead. Ooh, covered in acid. Oh yeah, I did that with the wand of acid, of course. I guess final charge of ice blast. No, no, no. Let's do instead of that some cure. Okay, maybe upheaval. Okay. I assume that those guys are gonna continue to run away. I don't want them to run away. I want them to die right now that they're almost dead. Okay. Okay. That guy almost got away. Fortunately, we were able to shoot it off with the one of fire, one of flame. And I really thought that was gonna be the frost giant, but here it is. All right. So um, maybe back up to the choke point somewhat. Um, try to make it be more surrounded by monsters. Is that greedy? I also don't think that it will shoot through the wolf. So, okay. Okay. Immolation. Okay, upheaval. Okay, I'm fine with that. Fine with that still. It's almost dead. Inner flame. Okay. I could do elemental force, and I think it would get me 20 million elementals here. Yeah, it would get me a ton of elementals, but I'm not gonna do it. I think another upheaval just kills the frost giant. Um, okay, I assume that Death Yak will walk towards me, not caring. There we go. Turns out to be very easy for me to kill it. Um, so it was definitely worth it for me to save the scroll of immolation for that specific moment. We just got a demon blade. That's a very nice thing to have. It's also a super highly enchanted demon blade, so I could definitely abandon the staves plan and go for a long blade plus a shield. I should consider doing that. While I consider, I'm gonna turn on fighting. Yeah, it's highly enchanted. It's +6. Um, so it is definitely alluring because of that. Long blades. Yeah, I would have access to a shield too, and I think a Palentonga really does need a shield. Um, so there were two Cyclopes here. Yes, I remember. Two Cyclopes in that awful bolt in the middle of the level. In fact, that bolt is a pretty good indicator of a bad level that I probably shouldn't be in. Yes, just what I was talking about earlier, those bolts that appear in early dungeon. Oh, I guess this is not early dungeon anymore, it's the 11, but you know what I mean. Early game bolts with not so early game monsters. Okay, better walk away from these orcs. I guess I should upheaval the priest, and now I can continue walking away. I would be eating some hits because I am slower than the orcs because I'm wearing pondering, but I have to wear pondering because otherwise I have no armor class. Okay, Cyclops number 3. Fortunately, we were able to kill them rather easily. Okay, I am gonna cross my fingers and hope that that was it. And that we don't have to see any more monsters here or any more Cyclopes. Um, okay, do I have a resistance to corrosion? I do not. Okay, fortunately it ended up going fine. There was no need for me to get that. Identify on might and invisibility and attraction. And the only reason why I think this character has been able to survive for this long is because I got 2 scrolls of acquirement. I guess the first one was more impactful than the second one because the first one got me the weapon that I'm currently using. If you were not here when that happened, I had a +0 Laja tank and I was using it and I was happy with it. And then I got 2 scrolls of enchant weapon and I put them on my Laja tank, so it was a +2 Laja tank. And then I got a scroll of brand weapon and it went from being a perfectly usable +2 Laja tank to being a +2 Laja tank of chaos that you cannot really use. So I decided to acquire the quarterstaff to use while I wait for another scroll of brand weapon. But it hasn't come my way yet. Let's go to Lair. Okay, if we did the ice cave, ideally we should be able to do Lair as well. Oh, I just thought of something funny. Yes, if I roll and then I elemental force, I get a bunch of clouds of dust and therefore a bunch of earth elementals. Yeah, that's not such a terrible thing to do. All right, synergy. Palentonga and Kaslal. I wonder if that is intended. The fact that you generate clouds of dust that turn into earth elementals with Kazlal. Hmm. You love to see a Nidra in melee range. Auto-exploring into a Nidra. Nice. The classic. Charming doesn't work. Paralysis doesn't work because it has too much willpower. Mm, Zerk? Because I cannot run away from it because I have a Ponder. So I have to kill it right now. Like, I have to. There's no other option. Um, Maybe Zerk. Yeah, I'm gonna Zerk. Erzik, I think I've seen you around. Where have I seen you around, Erzik? You just finished a castle character that casts Freezing Cloud 600 times, and not once did you have the idea to create like 30 elementals. Okay, it happens. That's the kind of thing that comes with experience. You notice these kinds of things. Um, okay, that's unfortunate, but fortunately, Caslal makes me immune to clouds of petrification. You've been on the Discord a bit. Oh yeah, I guess that explains why I recognize your name, Erzik. Regardless, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Now you know for the future. Okay, maybe this character can deal with Hydras, or maybe I just got lucky during that fight. I would be inclined to say that I got lucky. Regardless if I really need to, I guess I have 11 invocations and a bunch of piety that I can throw at Hydras by using Upheaval or maybe even Elemental Force. Okay, so far it's going well. Do I have access to a shield already? I don't. So maybe I should just stick with the Laja tank. Um, I know that it's not gonna be good if I don't have a shield, and I know that my character is gonna be super fragile, but maybe I should do a Laja tank character. I will have more experience to put towards, I don't know, evasion and armor. Mm, okay, not liking this. Hmm. Alright, I think we get rid of one elephant, looting it towards a teleport trap, but unfortunately it lands super close. I still have cold resistance. I'm not so terrified of this Rhyme Drake because of that. And being able to use Ponderousness as a Palentonga is like not so terrible. It lets me be, well, it doesn't let me do anything, but it doesn't punish me so harshly because I can roll towards monsters if I really need to reach them. It is an issue if I have to run away from the monsters, of course, but hopefully I won't have to run away from monsters. Mm, okay, we slow the death yak, that's kind of important. And we are also gonna have to do something else to the Death Yak, but I still haven't decided what that is. I don't think there's much else that we can do to this Death Yak. I'm just gonna tab it. Oh, that is delightful. Of course, there were gonna be many Death Yaks. It was just like a thing that was gonna happen. If there's one Death Yak, there's gonna be many Death Yaks. Maybe we can kill one. We don't kill it, and we also don't get teleported far away enough. Okay, let's see the gauntlet messages. Very distant, so I don't feel so terrible about going upstairs and then going downstairs. That's bad for Lure 2. Why is that a thing that can generate in Lure 2? I think I recognize this bolt. I think I also had it in my Octopode game, but yeah, that's a nasty bolt. 1.7 movement speed. So bad. Okay, I don't want to do that. Let's go downstairs. Scroll. Is it magic mapping? It might be magic mapping. Oh, enchant armor. Okay. Because we're gonna be enchanting the globes. Might be magic mapping. Fear. Might be magic mapping. It's torment. Oh, very nearby. In that case, I don't think I care too much. Might be just around the corner. Probably shouldn't be walking with such a low amount of HP. It was indeed around the corner. And we encounter some Jacks, but fortunately Jacks are rather easy to kill for this character. As opposed to Death Yaks. Death Yaks are exponentially harder to kill because they hit way harder, have way more HP. Um, okay, enchant weapon, 2 enchant weapons, 2 Randarts, 3 Randarts. Okay. By the way, you love the idea to have ASCII in the corner so everyone can parse the game? Yeah, I have ASCII in the corner because it lets me parse the game myself. This is how the game looks like to me. Yeah, this is what I use to play the game. But most people don't use that, and that's why I stream tiles. Mm. Otherwise, I think I would only have tiles, to be completely honest. Um, Yeah, the reason why I have tiles is because I used to stream at the very start console and no one watched, like at the very first days of me streaming. And then I kind of came to the conclusion that most of the community nowadays just like didn't play console anymore and never and they didn't understand console, and that's why I stream in the way that I do now. In that case, you love that you have tiles full screen so everyone can parse the game. Yes, yes, indeed. So we have seen that we have a ring and an amulet, and we have a second amulet. That's such a bad distribution of Randards. If it had been one amulet and the ring in one of the gauntlets, and in the other gauntlet only an amulet, then obviously it would have been an easier decision. But now I have to choose between 2 Randart amulets or a Randart ring. Let's see my amulet. Oh, it's nothing. Okay, that's an easy decision then. And I guess I also don't have to fight the Dead Scarabs if I go to the gauntlet with the amulets. Okay, let's see. Enchant weapons. Oh, enchant weapon is down. Okay, 1 and 1. Okay, that's fine. Ruined boots. Those don't do anything for a Palentonga. I need my Palentonga barding. Oak of Plant and Acid Dragon. Okay, let's go in. Mm, so I really have to kill the Oak of Plant if I want the amulet, and I do kind of want the amulet. Okay, don't kill me, Mr. Acid Dragon, and please drop scales. Oh, didn't drop scales. I could have used those for the Oakloft plant, but I guess I can just throw some piety at the Oakloft plant. Okay, almost destroyed. One more, and there we go. All right, the Amulet of Demons. That is an incredible amulet. Amazing amulet. Like, that will stay with my character for the entirety of the game. Willpower, regen, 2 dex, and 3 slaying. Like, it's incredible. Like, it's absolutely insane. How is it so good? I think my octopus, it did a cigarette and it did 14 runes. And the amulets that I found were not nearly as good as this one. I guess by the end I did have an amulet of regen and mana regen, and that was pretty neat. But it was not on the same level as this one. It was just like a very nice thing, and this is like actually a game changer because now I have willpower. Even if I lose the quarterstaff, I keep the willpower, and it's a slaying for a character that will apply slaying pretty much every turn that it is in combat. So definitely amazing. I cannot believe that I even considered maybe not doing the Oklov plant because it would be annoying or maybe too costly on piety. So we need to get rid of the Moth of Wrath before fighting these wolves. Is the Moth of Wrath just gonna stay on that end of the grate? You didn't kill the Moth of Wrath. Let's do it again. I don't want to have Berserk Wolves to deal with. Alright, that went well. Enchant Weapon. We're gonna put it on the Laya-Tang. I don't think I'm gonna use the Demon Blade. I think I want to use the Laya-Tang. That's not good. Hmm. Okay, almost destroyed Mighty. Death Mighty. Looking pretty good. And I have to save some of my piety to be able to throw at the Minotaur. Okay. The other amulet is also pretty decent, but it doesn't compare to the amulet that I have. Like willpower, regen, 2 dexterity and 3 slaying is like a dream amulet. Yes, it is a dream amulet. It's incredible. Hello, Sindragor, and thank you for stopping by as well. Good to see you around. Um, how has your life been going? I hope that you have been doing well. Mm, okay. Well, that would have been useful for the gauntlet, but alas. Do you have the Master Archer tag, Mr. Minotaur? Let's find out. It doesn't. It doesn't have the Master Archer tag. Um, Unfortunately, it's next to me. Fortunately, it doesn't have poison resistance, and I do have one Dart of Cure. It blocks the dart. At least I didn't lose it. Recreational Trees, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, I have a Phantom Mirror. Might as well put it to use. Yep. Ersic, also thank you for following. I appreciate it. Yeah, this Minotaur is gonna be annoying because it's next to me. I was not expecting it to be next to me when I opened the door, but here we are. Is that a second manual of unarmed combat? I'm starting to regret my life choices with this character. Like, I got a rather early manual of unarmed combat. I got it after the Elijah tank, so I thought that I was gonna stick with the Elijah tank and not use the manual of unarmed combat. But 2 manuals of unarmed combat, that's like enough to get me to like 20 unarmed combat before I run out of manual. Should I just do that? Let's see. Let's see the rest of my aptitudes. Transmutation 0, spellcasting -1, translocation 0. I could do it. I could just go for Dragon Form, Manifold Assault again. I could do it. I could do it. I don't think I can do it, however. Even with 2 manuals of unarmed combat, I don't think I can do it because it's very expensive to get Dragon Form. And then it's also very expensive to get. Well, Manifold Assault is not so expensive, and I already have it because I started as a warper. And the unarmed combat, I have 2 manuals, right? But yeah, it's like such a huge expense. Um, Maybe I will considering doing it later in the game, like I did with the Octopode that we just finished. The Octopode, I was not planning to do that until Rootbeer pointed out that I got Stormform, and I just went for it, and it turned out to literally carry me. So I'm very glad that I ended up doing it. Maybe I will have to do that with this character. The thing is that unlike an Octopode, I don't keep all my equipment when I use a Stormform, and I also only have 15 intelligence, so it wouldn't be with Stormform. It would be with Dragonform if I choose to do so, and there's no guarantee that I will do so, or that I will be able to do so. Okay, Condenser Bane. We get Freezing Vapor. That's about as bad as it can be, except for the fact that I can use Elemental Force. Aha, some water elementals get engulfed. Okay, as long as it doesn't kill me, and it can kill me, but as long as it doesn't, we're fine. Asphyxiating. Aha, beautiful. Looks not going well. This is really not going well. I'm gonna use heal wounds for safety. Okay. Oof. Okay, that could have been bad, but it wasn't. I guess I'm gonna pick up the buckler in case I uh, in case I make the switch. But I don't think I want to pick up the chainmail because we already did an ice cave, and the only reason for me to carry that around would be to do an ice cave. So yeah, doesn't really hold much value anymore. You pick up another manual of unarmed combat and continue studying. So they don't stack, but they prolong their duration. That's how they work. In case you didn't know. I guess I'm gonna be training some dodging because somehow I have 20 dexterity. Okay, a source's malevolence fills the little beasts. Sindragor, I know that you have not been playing a lot, or at least you have mentioned that, but now you can only get shafted once per branch. It is a very positive change in my opinion, and I am very happy for it. Oh, I remember this level has a Death Axe. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be in this level. What do you think of the new 8 shield amulet? Oh, of the shield of the brooch of shielding. That's what it's called, right? It has 8 shield and spirit guardian spirit. It doesn't feel so good. I wouldn't use it. I would take normal regen over the brooch of shielding on a Jin. Um, but I guess it depends on how much spellcasting you're doing mid combat. Maybe it will be more important for you to have a big shield stat than having regen. Wow, that's crazy. Should I drink that right now, or should I wait until I'm experience level 14? I think I need the experience. Give me that. I wonder how much my evasion is gonna go up after drinking this and using it on evasion. I could also use it on invocations. It's not so good. Maybe evocations? Mm, maybe dodging. Maybe armor. Maybe armor. Okay, I gained some evasion from putting it on armor. All right. I do not regret doing that. I feel like that was a pretty good decision to use it immediately, because I always say I don't need an immediate power spike with this character, right? Like that's something that I say very frequently. With this character, I need an immediate power spike. By the way, why is it not letting me roll at that death yak? Huh, it's so weird. I feel like I could roll here and hit it, but not letting me. Oh, now I can. Weird. Maybe it was because there was some deep water in the way. And wow, like the character got so much better because of that amazing amulet and because of my potion of experience. It is so much easier to kill Death Yaks now. As long as they don't come all at the same time, we can probably deal with them rather easily. That is a very bad set of scale mail. I guess it's good if you care about having poison resistance, but I don't think I need the poison resistance so badly. A kite shield. The unarmed combat plan is looking better and better. The more things I find to support it, and the less scrolls of brand weapon I find to fix my Laja tank. Oh wow, like I cannot believe that happened. I cannot believe I found a Laja tank and I did what I never do and I put my scrolls of enchant weapon onto it and I even switched from maces to staves. I guess it does help that they cross train, but I switched and then I got Chaos Brand on the Laja tank. Like that's unreal. um, at least it made for some funny content. Mm. Okay, let's pick that up. By the way, I got Irradiate, so if I end up pursuing the Manifold Assault Dragon form plan, maybe I could get Irradiate as well. Ring of the Mage lost 3 intelligence and willpower and got Archmagi. I know, I saw that. I saw that when it was pushed. I checked the GitHub, and I was very sad that it lost the double willpower because I pretty much always used it as a ring of double willpower. Um, But I guess that was not the intended use of the Ring of the Mage, and now it is slightly more interesting than it was before. So I don't have any issues with that, to be completely honest. Mm. Okay, back to 4 pips of piety after trading a bunch of piety for an amazing amulet. Yeah, my thought process was I have to use so much piety for that Oklov plant, and there's another rendered amulet. Maybe I would be okay just not fighting the Oklov plant. Um, but I'm so glad that I did because it changed the character. Now it is what I would call a good character. Like now we're not having issues against many of these monsters. Of course, I still have to exert you know, some degree of care against things like a band of elephants because they hit pretty hard and I cannot really outrun them. But as long as I position myself in a way that makes them not be able to hit me all at the same time, we're fine. Identify, magic mapping. So I needed that earlier and I didn't get it, but that's fine. That's fine because we ended up finding the bolt regardless. Now I wonder if I can run away from this because it is slow. Maybe I'm slower. Oh, I'm not slower than it is. That's pretty convenient. Okay, I'm just gonna gain some ground on the Tyrant Leech. Um, okay, roll towards it because it's almost dead. Um, by the way, I do it very frequently, but with my Ponderousness armor, I cannot run away from things in order to take advantage of the fact that I am using a regeneration item. And that is very anti-synergistic. As soon as I find like a better body armor, I will consider making the switch. Um, I have not found Archmagi. I was thinking ahead, like way into the future. Maybe this character does end up going for Dragon Form, Manifold, Unarmed Combat, and I want to use a Robe of Archmagi to enhance my Dragon Form. But we haven't found it yet. You can swim. You can't swim anymore? Huh. Interesting. These were able to swim in the past. I wonder why they can't swim anymore. Minotaur Fighter of Jiba. He's really hard, has a bunch of armor class. I don't think I want to fight that guy right now, or ever, because the loot in the vault is pretty trash. I wonder where I got that potion of experience from. Maybe I got it from the gauntlet and I didn't even notice. Oh wow, like the character got so good all of a sudden. Now it's like I'm fighting monsters and it's like throwing them into the blender. Okay, close the door to make myself a good choke point. Close the door again. In fact, exclude the door so I don't open it by tabbing, because for some reason it opened the door. I want to be next to the torpor snail or within line of sight of the torpor snail is probably more correct. Get some strength. Ooh, I got 3 evasion from getting some strength. That is incredible. Who knew that my low strength was having so much of an effect on my evasion? Um, did I get 3 evasion? Maybe I didn't get 3 evasion, and I just finally looked at my evasion after having dodging on for so long. I maybe should be training strength instead, or armor instead. Another acquirement, that's the 3rd one. Okay, this one is not so crazy as the first 2. Um, let's just get the money, because I'm not gonna acquire a quarterstaff when I already have a Laya tank waiting for a scroll of brand weapon. Have I played as New Jiba? I have not played as New Jiba. I am not opposed to trying it, But a Jiba or getting Jiba on any character is like not the most trivial thing to do. You cannot just jump into the temple and go Jiba like you can do with almost all gods. So I just haven't had a character where I have been like, oh yeah, let's go Jiba. Um, Ideally, it would be Cinder Acolyte into Jiba because Cinder Acolyte kinda abandons Ignis at that point in the game, sort of. So it wouldn't be too awful for Cinder Acolyte to make the transition into going Jiba. But last time that I tried, I died. It was at Palentonga, Cinder Acolyte, and I didn't get to that point, unfortunately. I got Black Mambath in the early lair. Yeah, that character was it was no good. Not unlike this one. This one seems to be doing pretty well so far. You have a Jiba altar in the top left. Just hit Y on D1 until you're on it. Yeah, that altar will turn into an animated emote. I really want that as an animated emote, but it's just that I have not been given the option to upload those yet, unfortunately. I'm still waiting. Okay, let's just go upstairs. Things are getting kind of nasty there. I see that Kaslal is already giving me resistances uh, for getting hit with certain kinds of attacks. That's very nice. I like that power of Kaslal. I wish it was slightly more powerful though. Okay. It is very nice that I'm immune to the clouds of petrifying dust. I wonder if I can elemental force them. Hmm. I can't. Okay. You would think that kind of cloud would generate earth elementals, but apparently it doesn't. Okay, goodbye Josephine, robe of willpower. I don't think I want to wear that. This character is doing quite well. I have no idea how we got to this point, but we are definitely at the point where the character is doing quite well. In fact, it's doing so well that I can be standing next to a Raven at Catoplepas and I don't even feel the need to run away from them. The condenser vein may have helped a bit, not gonna lie. Yeah, Kaslal. No, it's not Kaslal. It's if I had to attribute the success so far of this character to something, it would not be to Kaslal by any means, because Kaslal doesn't have the immediate overwhelming impact on your character that something like Ashensari or Behemoth does. You go those and you feel it, and you know that your character is better just from worshipping those. With Castle, it's kind of the other way around. I haven't used Elemental Force that much. Ooh, second brand weapon. Let's see what we get. Ah, okay, that's amazing. Man, that Leia tank has been like a roller coaster of feelings. We got a Leia tank, and then we enchanted it, and then it was chaos, and I was sad. And then it went from the worst possible brand to the best possible brand. Yes, we went from chaos to vampiric. That's amazing. Okay, we can throw away these quarters. This oh no, maybe I shouldn't throw it away because I can melee Hydras with that. But for everything else, we are gonna be using the vampiric Leia tank. Yep. Now we don't need a shield. We don't need to think about manifold dragon form. We can just press tab and we can be a ridiculously powerful character. Okay. Mm, Scroll of Fear. I guess I'll grab it. It's free. Death Drake. I am immune to your clouds because Kaslal does that for me. So I don't have any fear of you. But I do fear 3 Hydras. Yes, indeed I do. Let's get to a choke point or a corridor. I'm thinking not this one because it would flank me. Same goes for this one. Yeah, this one they would flank me. What I was thinking of is fighting here. because that gives me the option to retreat, and it's much harder for them to flank me if I fight here. Um, I could also fight here, but then I wouldn't be able to retreat. On the other hand, I do have enough armor class to kind of not die horribly to Hydras. I don't think I will be getting 40, 50 damage in a single turn, and I also have a million scrolls of teleport and 4 scrolls of blinking, so if I need to teleport, I would be okay. Yeah, I am slow, so I cannot run away from them. So I should probably just fight here. Okay, 32 armor class, 25, 32. That's an alligator. Probably should Phantom Mirror this Hydra to help me fight, because not only do I have to get rid of the Hydra, I also have to get rid of that alligator after the Hydra. Unfortunately, the 8-headed Hydra got rid of the alligator and the other 8-headed Hydra for me. Very convenient. Now, I would like to see not Hydras, so I can start using my Vampiric Laya tank. Um, I think the only way for you to reasonably be able to play a character that is using a two-handed weapon is for you to get a Vampiric two-handed weapon relatively early into the game, and that is exactly what we got with this character. In fact, it's so good that I should just like get it to minimum delay it right now. Um, because I know now that I am committed to this weapon for the rest of the game. And it came at the right time, let me tell you. I would have appreciated it sooner, but I cannot complain about the fact that I got it early in the game. Don't get sick by the Sime. I guess I got sick by the Sime. Those are super annoying now that you cannot heal the sickness with a potion of curing. Okay, so far we have been doing well. Easy Leaf S3, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think this character is just like committed to being a melee character now. It's pretty funny. We got 2 manuals of unarmed combat, and we're not gonna be doing that. We got a shield and a buckler, and we're also not gonna be doing that. Oh, when did I get that? Yo, when did I get that? In a gauntlet? How did I not realize that I had that? Okay. In fact, that is so good that I'm just gonna enchant it right now. I'm gonna put all my scrolls of enchant weapon on that barding because it's incredibly unlikely that I will find something better than it. And now I am so tanky for this point in the game and so damaging too that I think we're gonna have a rather easy rest of the game. It can still be very difficult because I am with Kaslal and I am using a two-handed weapon, so don't be surprised if I get hit for around 100 damage by a random crystal spear out of nowhere. But leaving that situation aside, we should hopefully be fine. So a nice beast, yeah, bunch of summons. I don't think I care about them. What I do want is body armor to replace my chainmail of ponderousness. There's that ruined chainmail. I could buy it. I would probably lose a lot of armor class from it, and I think I'm okay not having it, to be completely honest. Oh, by the way, when I said that I am not gonna have any shield, that's actually a bit of a lie because Palentonga or Kaslal does give you like 10 shield with Piety. I think it is 10 shield. It might only go up to 8, but I'm not sure. I hope that it's up to 10 shield, and that will help a bit. It's like using a buckler. It's not quite as good as using a kite shield, but at least I don't have to train for it. I only have to be a worshipper of Kaslal. 9? Well, it's pretty good. It's certainly higher than 8 and less than 10. Let's go back to the dungeon. No, let's go to work. Yeah, I have willpower, so I'm not afraid of any random sorcerer paralyzing me. Oh, I am kind of afraid actually. In that case, I'm gonna switch to my quarterstaff with willpower and remove the possibility of getting paralyzed and therefore instantly killed by all of these orcs. And now I can just hold down Taff pretty much against these guys. Lajatang of Vampirism is like ridiculous. I don't care about those things. I always get that shop in the kind of character that doesn't care for that shop. I don't know why that happens, but I know that it's been happening a lot, and that's a pretty bad omen. The Centaur Warriors. I guess as a casual character, we are kinda well equipped to be able to deal with that because I have repel missiles from being with Casal. And yeah, it is this ending where every orc warrior and even normal orcs and unfortunately even knights will have an arbalest, and there's gonna be a bunch of these centaurs running around. So this bolt is a nightmare for characters without repel missiles, which is almost all of the characters. And it will also be extremely dangerous for my character. Despite the fact that I can go up to 42 armor class and I have Vampiric, I can still get hit many times in a row by launchers because everyone has a launcher. Like you have a launcher, you have a launcher, you have a launcher, and of course you too have launchers because why wouldn't you have launchers? This bolt is probably the hardest one in Orc. And yeah, I have repel missiles, but still, you know what I think about evasion, and repel missiles is pretty much just like glorified evasion. It's just evasion with a funny name. Um, let's get some more invocations. Yeah. I was thinking about what to train, and I could train more defenses, but I think I might be okay defenses wise. Let's use Elemental Force. Let's get a bunch of elementals. Excuse me? Only 2 elementals? Did I get scammed? I feel like I got scammed. Turns out you cannot switch to Twitch review if you've turned off notifications by email. I see. I don't have those turned off. So I did get my Twitch review, but I think I only got the creator version of the Twitch review. The other version, the one that you get from being a viewer, the one that tells you how much time you've spent watching what kind of channel, I haven't gotten that yet. I think it takes longer for creators to get their own version of that. You have to be an affiliate for it to get the creator version of that. I think you do. I don't like being surrounded. I am one orc knight away from exploding, so I better not be surrounded. And yeah. Oh yeah, there is my orc knight. Yeah, there you go. I wish I had Condenser Vein. Condenser Vein would make this way easier. Alright, that was not bad. We got rid of some of these orc warriors. But yeah, this bolt is quite probably the worst one that you can get. I wish I had immolation or a flashy big explosions effect that I could use against all of these orcs. I guess I have disaster area, but I don't trust it. I feel like I'm gonna use it and it's gonna hit like all of these empty space, and then by the end this orc will be alive and this knight will be alive pretty much. And I'm gonna be so underwhelmed if I use it. It is funny. I am with Kaslal, the ghost that is supposed to be like flashy explosions and that kind of thing, and I don't feel confident enough to use the abilities because I don't feel like they do enough for how much they cost. They definitely don't feel as spammable as you would think they should be. Okay, we just destroyed that knight. I guess that's the power of +4 Lajatang and some slaying. Let's see, enchant armor? No, enchant weapon. I guess I also need enchant armor, but I want enchant weapon a bit more. Chainmail of Cold Resistance. I could switch into using that. I would lose 7 armor class. Am I okay with losing 7 armor class? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't think I'm gonna use it. Okay, we have a knight. Let's just wait for it to get over here. 12 invocations. I think I want more than 12 invocations. Okay. I wonder if this character will ever get to the point where I can do the Elven Halls. If you have been watching, you know that one of my favorite things is doing the Elven Halls early, because the earlier that you do it, the more likely it is to be impactful, the loot that you get from Elf. But it's also extremely dangerous to do it early. Not a lot of characters can do it, much less so melee characters. If you're a mage, you are more likely to get the things that you need to be able to do that early. But yeah, this character doesn't have any piece of that other than the willpower. It doesn't have resistance to electricity. It doesn't have a good, reliable way to kill elves from afar. I'm not really counting Caslar because I don't think I could just spam Upheaval. And you kind of need an ability that you can spam pretty much every fight in order to be able to do elf reliably, or an unlimited amount of attraction somehow. Well, that is a Young Poisoner's Handbook. We got Spider. It feels like a really bad idea, so I'm not gonna do it. But I could get Toxic Radiance, and Toxic Radiance not only serves me for Elf, but it would also serve me for Spider in the future. We did get Spider, right? Ah, yeah, we did get Spider, much to my dismay. That is gonna be painful without a shield. The rest of the shops are kinda trash. Elf might be doable with digging, you guess? With digging? I don't have that, but it would be convenient to have it indeed. Yeah, I wish I had some digging with this character. Yeah, I don't have to do it immediately. I can just like continue playing the game and see when we get the things that we need to get to be able to do elf. It's just that the earlier that you can do it, the better it is. Heidi Hold strat still very strong for 3 as always. Not quite, not quite. There's a monster that was created with the intent of countering that, and it does so very successfully. Do you know of our good old friend Elementalist? Yeah, the Awaken Earth spell that turns walls, rock walls, into earth elementals is pretty bad. Not only does it surround you with monsters, it also makes it harder for you to reach the summoner, and it also removes your kill hole. So, so yeah, it is very difficult to do that in Elf nowadays. I don't really even attempt to do it. And leaving that aside, even getting to 3 without resistance to electricity would be a serious issue for this character. Because I don't have resistance to electricity. Okay, this melee is being absolutely horrid. You've had success with it anyways with stealth, but I'm Caslal. I also don't get stealth normally. But even without getting stealth, I do not have the issues that I have normally with castle characters. Don't generate the Spear of the Botono. When was that committed? Oh, it was 6 years ago. Yeah, I thought that maybe that was reintroduced into the game accidentally. Okay, Deep of Pyromancer. I have fire resistance, so I do not fear you so much. But I would be afraid of Zephyrmancer. Fortunately, those don't seem to generate in the dungeon. Wow, that's the 4th one? Manual of Shields? Ooh, wow! +1 hat slay +5. Give me that. Like that's a no-brainer. The hat, um, the hat of war. Yeah, that's what that is. Let's inscribe it actually. Who needs a helmet if I have the hat of war? Yeah, that's pretty good. Not gonna complain about that. This character is getting all the loot, and it's being carried by all the loot because it started as a warper. If I hadn't gotten all the loot, I think I would have died very early in the game. Like from the very start, we got 2 stacks of Curer before finding a unique that gives Curer. So I had all the Curer that I needed to be able to bypass the early game. And yeah, that plus the amulet is a lot of slaying. Yes, I am kind of getting to the point where I could be swinging um, a stick and I would be dealing all the damage that I need to win the game. Do I have Wereblood? I do not. I don't think I do. Yes, no Wereblood for this character. I know that you greatly enjoy your Wereblood, but I always forget to use it. Um, and even if I didn't, it doesn't seem that this character has Wereblood. Um, I wish I had cold resistance for this Ice Dragon. That could be dangerous, and I cannot outrun it because Ponderousness. So this could get kinda sketchy. However, I am at full HP and I am very powerful, so I don't think I will have a ridiculous amount of issues with this guy. Still, if I had Berserk, I would definitely use Berserk right now. Do you see Invisible? You do not, so might as well use that instead of Berserk. Okay. Mm, I don't heal. I do not miss it, but I do not hit it really hard, and I do not heal. Oh, come on. It's not going well. I'm gonna preemptively re-teleport. No need to risk it on a nice dragon. Um, okay, called Resistance. There's a Ring of Ice, and I am carrying a Scarf of Resistance. I guess we can use that for that Ice Dragon fight. And now that I have Cold Resistance for the Ice Dragon, I do not fear it one bit. Yeah, we are gonna be able to easily kill it with Cold Resistance. That normal centaur had... Oh, it's a centaur warrior. Wow, I killed it so fast that I thought it was a normal centaur. Scar probably just better than 3 armor class most of the time. Yes, but not at the stage of the game where I'm currently at. It will get better the more the game progresses, and I will most likely just end up using it for the remainder of the game after a certain point. But now, at this point in the game, I'm not seeing many monsters that hit me with elemental damage, apart from Azrael, apparently, and Azrael's band. So I think armor class is slightly more valuable at this point in the game. Wow. Okay. Okay. I guess the game decided that it was being too easy, and it started giving me Azrael and Rupert. Nasty uniques. Azrael is not that bad. Azrael on the at the edge of the screen is kind of bad. Rupert is bad. No matter how much willpower, no matter what your character is, Rupert is bad. Mm. Hmm. I am going to run towards this corridor. Yes. Fortunately, we get there easily. We managed to get rid of all the skeletal warriors. Even more fortunately, they don't generate with pole arms because they would have been able to poke me quite a lot while running towards there. It is like a natural thing to just play or like be afraid of skeletal warriors because it's extremely unlikely for you to have a character that is powerful enough to deal with skeletal warriors the moment that you see skeletal warriors. Okay, good chances to hex me. Now I would assume not such good chances to hex me. Still can happen. And if it happens, it would be sad, but it shouldn't happen. It really, really, really shouldn't happen. Mm. I'm gonna wait until it berserks. I am going to Phantom Mirror it, and then I'm going to Curer it. And in the meantime, we're gonna summon Box of Beasts Beast. Hope that... Are you gonna berserk? Hello, Rupert. Extremely poisoned. Okay. Thank you for preventing the paralysis, but I need you to berserk. Are you gonna berserk? Are you gonna berserk? Are you gonna berserk? I don't wanna throw Curer at it before it berserks because monsters cheat. And when Rupert, wait a second, 4% chance. Well, let's see if I die. I don't die, at least. Um, I don't want to throw Curer at it on before it berserks because monsters cheat, and when monsters berserk, if they are slow, they stop being slow. Unlike player characters, player characters don't do that. Only monsters. Are you gonna berserk, Rupert? You know, I should probably just like try to fight you. You're at 50% HP. I don't want to get paralyzed again. Okay, now let's roll. Huge damage from a quarterstaff. So we didn't even need to wait for Rupert to berserk. We could just do that in the first place. It's just that whenever I immediately start the fight with Curer, he berserks like right after that. Rupert was supposed to be hard. Rupert is extremely dangerous. You saw that paralysis. It was as easy as just having that paralysis last for 7 turns instead of 3, and Rupert immediately berserking after paralyzing me, and then it was game over pretty much. Literally nothing to do after that. And that's kind of what you risk when you're fighting Rupert. I thought that I was gonna be safe with the 4% chance to only 4% chance to get paralyzed, but apparently 2 sources of willpower was not enough to prevent myself from that. And yeah, if you don't have willpower, you are almost guaranteed to die. So yeah, the only reason why I even thought about doing Rupert there in the first place was because I had 2 sources of willpower. Interesting short bow. I'm not gonna use it, but very interesting. That's a lot of willpower, but strength -4 is pretty bad. Um, okay. Wow, I'm finding many things that check my resistances now. I'm kind of glad that I didn't take off the scarf. Okay, scroll summoning. Zephyr Mancer. I hope that it's only one of them, because I cannot run away from them. Okay. I am so glad that I didn't drop this Ring of Willpower, because we can put it on to get rid of these Hexers. Well, most of these guys, like Vanishment. No, Vampire Mage doesn't do anything. I guess Knights are the ones that do, and Paralysis on the Ogre Mage. They are all so nasty. The Wizard is incinerated. Ouch, poor Wizard. Now, I guess I cannot shed too many tears for a Wizard, because they always banish you and they ruin your games. Okay, I guess trying to kill a Vampire Mage is very difficult because it just spams Vamp Drain. And it is doing exactly that. Free Vacation spell. Can I Hex you? I don't think I can. Maybe I should try to use Upheaval. It almost killed the Vampire Mage. I'm gonna do it again. Banishment. Oh yeah, like you get sent to the abyss, and it is not funny. Oh, some lava summoned. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why it was not letting me walk forward. The Glaive of Prune. Hmm. Hmm. No, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I guess I could do it because Stape's cross-train with polearms, but I'm not gonna do it. I've always wanted to have a character that uses this. The legend tells that whenever you are wielding it, you turn purple, but I'm not sure. Do you see any changes? I don't see any changes, so I don't know. But anyway, it's at plus 12 Vorpal Glaive. There's not really much to say about it other than that. And yeah, it is most definitely a pretty good thing that you should consider using if you are interested in using a two-handed weapon, or if you're a Formicid. If you're a Formicid, you already are interested in using a two-handed weapon by default, because you don't lose a shield. And yeah, it just happens to be a very highly enchanted two-handed weapon, so it is great for characters that want it. Okay, please get hexed, very large slime creature. I don't want you to hit me for 66 and kill me. Okay, it did get hexed. Sweet. Mm, when fighting slime creatures, if you have a hex wand and the ability to use it rather reliably, it is pretty neat to wait for them to pile up and then just hex them in one go. Um, a slime creature goes berserk. That's something that you don't get to see very often. Okay, that's more slime creatures berserk. I would assume that when they are berserking, they don't group up. And yeah, fortunately, it seems to be the case. Because if they grouped up while berserk, then we would be in trouble. Anyway, that was it for D15, Lair Orc. We got past what I consider to be the entirety of the early game. So I think it's gonna be it for me tonight. This is gonna be it for me tonight. This is gonna be it for me tonight. I will be back tomorrow with more of this character. The End of an Era. Yeah, pretty good title. In fact, maybe I should turn off invocations, train other things. I will be back tomorrow with more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. The character will remain exactly as it is. I don't play off stream, so the entirety of the character is recorded for the internet to enjoy. And with that being said, if you are enjoying what you're seeing, you should consider following. If you are already following, you should consider subscribing. Of course, you don't have to, and I understand if you can't or don't want to, but it does help me. As you can see, I have that donation goal or subscriber goal rather. If I ever get to 100, I will do a karaoke stream. It is probably not gonna be on Twitch. It's probably gonna be on YouTube because YouTube is more lenient when it comes to that kind of thing. Somehow, Twitch literally just gives you a copy strike if you do a karaoke stream. So yeah. With that being said, let's see if someone else is playing